Hey, this is DM Alan. Thanks for joining us once again for another week of awesomeness. Let's just get it started.
Last time on Roll with Advantage.
You see her eyes are glowing slightly, almost with the radiant light like Bon, but it's darker. It's got like that glow, but it is not radiant light.
When you attune to the artifact, it will absorb into your body. The creature then can touch a willing giant, and the creature will take on that giant's strength.
A big glob of this goop lands like on the crest of your head.
This goop shit might be what's transforming people into crazy nautical abominations.
The world starts to spin, and you keep stumbling, step, 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 step. And you stumble forward, falling, and your sister catches you, and she says, shh, 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 shh. You are not who you say you are. And the world goes black.
I rush to secure Bon. I rage.
Okay.
Do I have to run past these guys to get to Bon?
Yeah, they're basically like protecting the green skin thing and Bon and his sister.
I push right through them to get to Bon's side with my movement.
When you do that, they attack you. First one attacks with its claws at 21.
Hit.
And you take 9 points of slashing damage, and then its second set of arms.
They only get one attack.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Why?
It's an op attack.
Oh,
Unless
no,
they were holding
they were
action.
holding their action.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not because you're moving. And then the second set of arms attacks at you with the trident at a 16.
Miss.
Then the other one is going to miss, and another miss. So they completely whiff it, and you are able to use. It's not going to be an action, but I need a strength to push through these cats.
Is it athletics?
Yeah.
22.
Yep. 22. Yeah. You just like bowl through these guys.
Okay. I run to Bon's side and I grapple Bon.
Yep. You just. Okay. Do you throw them like up on your shoulders or something? Or,
yeah.
Okay.
I pick him up, grab him up on my shoulders, and is there a window? Because I'm going through it.
There's always a window, yeah.
I'm going through it.
Okay, so you use the rest of your movement to like run and dash out the window?
Yeah. I've got 40 total, so I mean, to give you some idea.
Check die.
And of course, I didn't leave anything behind but my drink.
Has it been 10 minutes since we drank the potions?
I think the potion's gonna run out as soon as he jumps out the window.
Okay, because then
That'd
you'd
be
have
50.
50
Yep.
feet.
Okay, so 18 to hit.
Hits.
The one hit with 8 points of piercing damage as the one that was very proficient stabs at you.
Okay.
And you jump out the window with Bon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We are going to do a dex check. This is a chase scene. And you're running down the streets with Bon on your back. And you have this green-skinned figure with its two lackeys running behind you.
When I dash, I'm 80 feet.
Okay.
By the way.
So what's your dex?
21.
21. Okay. You're running down the streets, and this motley crew seems to be keeping pace with you.
He's on my neck, right?
Yep.
Up on my shoulders.
Yep.
I grasp my cloak with both hands while I'm running.
Okay. And you want to start gliding?
And I start gliding off the ground.
Okay. Give me what's your passive perception?
16.
16. So just like this innate, your innate ability or whatever, your sensory tells you to bank. And when you do, you just get out of the way as this black-winged fallen Aasimar swoops past you
Oh, this bitch.
Yeah, she's got this very ornate-looking sword in her hand. It's got these jewels on it and this obsidian blade, and it cuts and swipes towards you, missing you guys. And she swoops down through the streets and then banks upward. What do you do?
What's around me from a street perspective?
Some buildings and some stilted buildings, some tall buildings. There's stacked shops and stuff like that that you might be able to fly through. There's also these like glowing liquid bulbs of light that have these silhouettes that like move in them.
Okay. So she can currently see me. Like I have the idea that when she banked or when she missed, did I have an opportunity to kind of like go in opposite direction that she banked?
Yeah, you had an opportunity to go in the opposite direction.
Then I zag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you're making your way down the boardwalk.
I want to bank right then.
Okay.
If that's opposite of where she was.
To the west. Okay. So you guys are flying down this main street, and you pass by this building. You do a flyby past the windows just because it's so tightly packed as you're like pulling up and trying to get towards the west of the map. She is going to continue to pursue. Are you trying to dart around the buildings, like try to lose her?
I'm not the greatest with this.
Okay.
And with Bond's extra weight, basically I'm trying to get a gap so that I get a minute to 2 minutes alone with his sister without the other troops.
Okay.
And when I have that opportunity, I will smash through another window of like a second or third story building and turn to face.
Okay, so that's what's going on because you've lost the other cats. So
because I want a fair fight. Yeah,
so you buzz this window and you pull up and then you immediately swoop down on the other side of the building, and when you do, you smash through the window, tumbling through. Bon, you fall off and you smash into one of the figures that was standing at the windowsill, and when Bon's body hits it, it like splatters into algae all the way across the room like a blood splatter onto the walls and stuff like that.
Bond's body does not splash.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I probably feel I've got about 6 seconds before his sister shows up. I instantly, as soon as he flops off, I stand up as quickly as possible and polymorph into a bat and put myself on the ceiling above the window that we came in.
All right.
To get the drop on her when she comes in.
Nice. And she swoops in and skids to stop on like 1 foot planted and a knee down. And just kind of like skids into the room, digging her sword into the floor to kind of whip around. What do you want to do?
I want to try to achieve from a stealth versus her visibility perspective, because I have advantage on stealth. Well, that, and I'm fucking bat right now.
She's not expecting that.
At 16, I guess. I want to basically sneak attack, grapple her. Like rage and basically engage. Attempt to restrain.
She digs the sword in, does a spin, and when she's like looking at the floor, and then she looks up and sees you. What do you do?
I instantly become a barbarian.
Okay.
Rage and descend.
Okay.
At
So
her.
So your feet release from the ceiling.
Like pushing off of the ceiling,
Yeah,
the wall.
And you start like morphing, like Animorph style, back into Kinnian.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you roll across the ground, coming up and battle ready. Roll initiative.
8.
I have a 18.
Fuck you.
Fuck you! Bond, give me a Constitution save.
Yos, you got wicked poison.
No kidding.
Oh, shit. Use your inspiration, dude. Not much better.
You remember that legendary save you were talking about?
Yeah, the boon.
Yeah.
You want to use it? Do you want to use it?
You rolled a 2,
No, but
then
yes.
a 9.
Do you really, really want to use it?
I really, really want to be conscious right now.
We might be fighting the Kraken later.
It's my sister.
But you're unconscious.
I want a
You
definitive
don't know
answer.
that.
I want a definitive answer.
Yes, I will use it.
All right.
Please wake me up.
You open your eyes. You are a little bit groggy, but your sister stands in, kneeled down in front of you, protecting you from a wild-looking Kinnian. That's what you come to as. So roll initiative, please.
I'm not even sure she's the bad guy. Oh, God.
I haven't swung at her. Yeah.
I know.
That's 19.
So you were actually going first. So I want to take this quick moment to describe her fallen form. So where Bond's light is blue, hers is purple black. Bond's light is, his wings are very wispy and create like this angelic form around him and have these like blue light plated armor that glows and hovers around his skin from his training that he's done in the past. In comparison, your sister Boo.
By the way, her name's Boo.
Yeah, your sister Boo has
Is her full name Boob?
No.
Boone.
No.
Boone and Bane.
your sister. She has purplish black light that pours off of her in a bat-like wing form. Her armor is also plated around her, hovering above in this darkish light, but it's jagged and pointed and very dangerous looking. The light kind of drips off of her instead of radiates from her, kind of like a nasty smoke. What do you do?
Nasty woman.
I sit up and utter one word. I just say Brightwood, and then I drop my disguise.
She looks back at you, and you see as she looks back, her form kind of twists, and you can see the sword that she's holding, and it's the same sword that you stabbed her with. And your hand, like, pulls towards it. She looks at you, her eyes kind of like go a little wide, and then she has this look of she might have suspected as much. Kinnian, you have the drop on her with a sneak attack type situation. Bond has created a sufficient distraction.
I move to grapple and then restrain her.
Okay.
So it's contested.
Okay. That's a 9.
I have a 27.
That's still a 9. Yeah.
I fall onto her to restrain her, so that she
Okay.
will be grappled and will
And
be unable
restrained?
to move.
Okay. That is a 13.
To 28.
She's
fall on top of
grappled
her.
and restrained.
And
Bond.
I'm bear hugging her, basically.
Nice. Bond, what do you do?
Can I just get rope then
Absolutely.
and move to be like, Kenny, I'm gonna tie her up.
I'm like, get the manacles from my pack.
I get the manacles from his pack.
Pull out my cuffs.
Oh, we're getting kinky now.
Oh shit. So you cuff her legs, or how many manacles do you have? Just
I
one?
have one set of manacles.
Okay.
I also have a set.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay. So do you manacle the legs and then the arms?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
And I'm looking at Bon, and I'm kind of like looking at her, and I'm like, do I have to do anything about these wings?
They'll go away. You might want to step back, though. From what I remember from my childhood, when we look like this, we are a poison to the area.
I do step back, and I'm just like, poison. That's not a big deal.
Take the sword too.
I pick up the sword.
Yep.
And slide it right into my quiver.
Thump.
Yep.
When you pick it up, it just feels like a really well-balanced sword. You think it might be worth a king's ransom.
I run quickly to the window
Okay.
and do like a quick spot check.
Yep.
And
When you do a quick spot check, you see all these figures in the other windows of the other buildings, and they all have their mouth agape as if they're screaming silently.
and I turn to
That's
Bon and I'm
pleasant.
like, we got to go. And I move toward the actual door instead of the window
Yeah.
because I assume like there's stairs and we can like exit out the base of the building.
Yep.
And I tell Bon, get moving, and I attempt to sleight of hand the skull from beneath his robes.
Okay. I need a perception check against his sleight of hand.
Of a 19.
22.
Oh.
So he notices. Do you do anything about it?
Yeah, don't touch my stone.
Don't touch my stones, man! Stranger danger! These are my private
I would
squares.
never.
Safety
I would
tips.
never, with the worst deception ever, like
Yeah.
cracking a smile.
I know it seems like I go down easy, but this is better.
So you say. Let's move.
So you're on the second floor. You're on the second story, and you run out the exit of the room past the splatter of algae on the wall.
We're just leaving your sister? Or
No,
am I
no,
taking
we are
her?
not leaving
Yeah,
my sister.
So I'm carrying her?
Yep.
Okay.
Do
Yep.
you want to carry her?
You can.
I could probably make a good
No.
go at it.
I'm carrying your sister.
This is the conversation you guys are having as you're like running out the exit and down the deck stairs down to the first floor.
And basically, at this point, I'm like, guys, Bond just got attacked. We've captured a purple-haired Aasimar, and I have no idea where we are.
All right. So, Manette, how do you know of the Obsidian Flame?
Long story. Would really like to talk about this.
She says, let's start from the beginning. I'm gonna give you like real short form real quick because it's a really long story, like millennia
I get it.
long.
Yeah.
So there was a war, or many wars, between Law and Chaos, okay? And there was this tug and pull, and it bled between the lines, and never... forces of evil and good were fighting with each other against law or against chaos. It was a weird time. The Devas, they created my kind, the Aasimar, and as weapons were soldiers.
Devas, not devils.
The Devas, angels, angels basically, and we were created from the Obsidian Flame. She says, so it's a little concerning that you know of the Obsidian Flame. This is supposed to be a very well-kept secret, and the fact that you're storming around introducing yourself as the Order of the... we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we totally didn't decide our name based off of napkin writings.
Okay, so we were created. We were created from the Obsidian Flame, and many other weapons were created from the Obsidian Flame, including the Rod of Law. And if you know any of your history, you know that Miska the wolf spider was destroyed by the Rod of Law, and the Rod of Law was broken. And that is what ended the wars. The Demogorgon wants to start the wars again.
Do I know about the Demogorgon?
You give me a Arcana roll. Yeah.
Man, that dies.
30. You actually
I know
wrote
his
your
damn name.
You wrote a thesis on it.
Too bad you didn't want to talk to me earlier.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk now.
Yeah. You wrote a thesis on it.
Okay.
Basically, what you recall is anything that you know of the Demogorgon. It's got 2 heads. It's got it's said to have a baboon face, like lava for interior. It's got like these
tentacle arms.
Yeah, and gigantic, super gigantic. But also, it's a one of the princes. And I'm falling. I can't remember what prince he is. But anyways,
it's bad news. I kind of ramble that to myself, just slightly
yeah.
out loud.
Yeah. You're like, and he's a prince, and blah 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 blah.
So you might hear the baboon double head thing, tentacle arms. So we can talk later about your little vision.
Later.
And and she says the Demogorgon wants to start the wars again.
That's not good.
Now, why I'm here, I'm following and working on capturing a specific fallen Asmar named Boo Brightwood, as she has failed in her agency and has been marked by the Demogorgon.
Hold that thought. So that Bond guy that I thought you were,
Yeah, that was awkward.
he's a Brightwood.
You're talking like Bond Brightwood?
Yeah.
Okay, so I come from a town called Kaigal. And it's one of the last Aasimar towns.
Oh, that's probably where the Kai in his name comes from.
Yes, we append. I don't want to get too
That's
much into
fine,
it.
yeah.
We append it to the names.
Got it.
It's really convoluted naming scheme passed down. Anyways,
Thanks.
Elvish
You
naming.
made it all up.
Yeah.
It's good though. I like it.
Elvish naming schemes are much better.
Yes. But anyways, it's a protected town. It's got the sigil ring around it that basically keeps anything out that we deem necessary. So we shut out the world. No demons can come in. Nothing. Which protects us because the demons hunt us. Bon left when he was a child. It was due to an unfortunate accident. He is said to have accidentally stabbed his sister. She was never right after that. And
His sister, Boo.
his sister Boo.
Oh.
She was never right after that. And
Getting stabbed isn't quite fun.
no, and
So-
I mean she was only like 7. But anyways, so she survived
Kyo's
just
like,
barely.
7? That's full grown.
That's what Kyo says. He's like, well, I'm 8. So I'm. I mean, she full grown. I'm doing pretty well for myself, and like ruffles his and tips his hat and stuff. And she says,
Well,
okay.
I mean, kobolds are made of tougher stock, obviously, at that point.
But they say once you leave the town, you can't find your way back, and that is true. I took up a great sacrifice as demanded by my Deva, to hunt Boo as she hunted Bon.
We should probably find him.
And
if you're here hunting Boo and she's hunting him.
And she says, yeah, whatever you do though, however we find her, we need to keep it all low key, because what lays beneath the bay is something very evil. I don't know if you know. Have you ever heard of the Kraken?
Yeah, we've seen it.
And you've survived.
Yep.
Bon's blessing is upon you. And
He seems to think so.
she says, whatever we do, we don't want to wake it. It sleeps currently.
Sleeping Kraken is good.
That is when Kenyan's message comes over.
I'm gonna chime in too and be like, "Purple Light Chick's my sister. Let's go."
I have some great news for you. The rest of my team has captured Boo.
Really?
Yeah. We're accidentally really cool sometimes. We should probably get out of the city. Is that what your plan was once you had Boo? Or is there more here we need to do?
No, we should get out of here.
Cool.
This town is 100% controlled by the Kraken. Like, if the Kraken were to find out, like, this whole town would come down upon us.
Let's get the hell out of here then.
All right. Good. I'm glad you guys were able to do it quietly. And she like opens the door, and as she opens the door, all of the faces in the windows are facing towards you guys. You walk out and you see the bay, and you like look, and there's houses or like buildings, and there's people in these windows, and they're all looking towards you, and they're all silently screaming. Hey everyone, I'm DM Allen. Thank you so much for joining us once again. This is Roll with Advantage Season 2, Episode 35. We are doing a ton of really cool stuff over at our Twitter, at DM's Table. I just started getting into making dice. You should really go check it out as I go through the process of learning and prototyping and really trying to understand that craft. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. And if you do enjoy it, why don't you tell a friend? Tell a friend about us. Tell a friend about the DM's Table. Use our Twitter as the best way for people to get a hold of us. And just let the populace know who we are. All right, here's AJ, voice of Manette, with this week's sponsor.
This week's sponsor is Audible. Audible is an amazing audiobook platform that has over 180,000 audiobooks to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Our listeners get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/RWA. This week, I'm going to recommend The End of Eternity by Isaac Asimov. Andrew Harlan is an Eternal, chosen to live outside of time in a place called Eternity. The Eternals police the timeline of humanity, making small changes to help optimize human existence. To find these necessary changes, they have to scout the timeline in person. Andrew has a problem. He's fallen in love with a woman who is about to be erased from existence by a new change. The End of Eternity is widely regarded as Asimov's greatest sci-fi novel, and I absolutely see why. Check it out on Audible today.
Excellent. Go check that book out. It sounds absolutely fantastic. I would be just distraught if we forgot Incompetech. Incompetech.com has done so much for us. It's brought our game to a new level. It brought all of our characters and our players into the game, and honestly, I like to use it when I'm prepping because it puts me in that mindset. If I'm getting ready to, plan out a battle, I throw on a solid track that's just gonna get me right in the mood. If I'm looking for intrigue, they got it too. In fact, here's a sample. All right, that's Incompetech.com. Go check them out. And that's all we've got for you this week. I'm going to let you get back to the episode. I'll see you out on the internet, guys. Bye.
It's been probably 80 years since I last had a hangover. I don't like hangovers.
Yeah.
So I took a little hair of the dog while they were talking.
Okay.
Well played.
Just to
just take
to get
the edge
myself,
off.
Yep. To find your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenyan too.
And I'm assuming that I wasn't drink hair of the dog or anything. So
no, as long as it was your own booze. Where did you get it from?
I guess remaining from whatever Kenyan had given me at some point.
Didn't you take bottles from that bar?
Yeah.
Shut up, Dan.
I guess I would be drunk, like
Okay,
poisoned drunk. Then.
Well. So if you pop open one of the bottles from the bar, you pop it open and it's got this irony smell.
Mm-hmm.
And Minette, it hits your nose. That's acid.
Oh, we already went over this.
Yeah.
We know it's acid.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. No, then.
Don't drink that.
Yeah.
I mean, because I would have taken something from the bar around me.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
You might have still had the bottle I gave you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say you're not.
Kenyon's bottle. I still have one of his.
Yeah. You're as long as you're just taking a swig. I'm not gonna
it's
make
just like one or two, just to.
Yeah, or 3 or 4.
I only have
maybe...
one bottle left.
Yeah.
Or
Oh
8.
shit. They're silently screaming in the windows.
That looks bad.
Yeah, I've never seen them do this before. How did they get the boo?
Well, it's Kenyon, so probably not silently.
I can almost assure you it drew attention. However they got it.
You see out in the bay a whirlpool start spinning, almost like a drain plug was pulled, and it starts small, and it starts growing larger.
And I whispered to Minette, "That's not me."
So we should go, but I'm guessing not by water.
She says, "I can fly, and I could probably carry your friend here." And Keo's still on the broom, like he hasn't gotten off. It's like his
It's his hover
amigo.
cart. Yeah, his amigo.
It's a little amigo.
Oh my gosh.
and she's like, "I think I can grab your friend if you jump on
Yeah, I get on
this
the broom.
this
Wait,
lizard's."
which friend is she pointing to?
You.
Talking about?
You.
I can fly, thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We're good. We're good. We fly all the time.
And she just bursts with radiant energy. This is like a battle mode. Like you saw her in Aasimar form, but now you see this obsidian flame crest on her chest piece.
He doesn't have that though, right?
No. And you see like
He's not branding enough.
You see stripes above it and below it.
Like a rank insignia.
Actually, yes. Tin. You see it, and you know it's a rank insignia. You have no clue what rank, but you know it's a rank, and you know that bars are awfully important. Usually.
Yeah, so I can gather that it's a fairly high rank.
Yes.
My respect for her has gone up a bit.
Yep.
I'm like, oh.
So she is going to just she is going to raise it in the air, and she's like, "Go, I'll follow."
I only know of the one way out of here, so that's the way I would go.
Yeah. Okay.
I would be heading west, and
You guys could also try going up the elevator too, if you wanted.
we should start coordinating and figure out a way out of here.
First thing first, I burst into wing form.
Will you be able to carry the weight of your sister?
What's weight rules for carrying?
Give me a strength, athletics.
Oh, damn, son.
Is that a nat?
That's a nat 20.
You got it. You can carry her.
Since it's your sister, you just are full of adrenaline and
Fills me with hope.
Before Bond takes off, I smirk and say, "Stop resisting," and I knock her out.
Dude.
good thing
So she
I
doesn't
wasn't
fight
around.
you. 15 plus strength plus proficiency.
Yeah.
Thumph.
Yeah. Her con was a 19. So. Okay. She just out.
And then I say, "You'll have an easier time."
Yeah, okay, I guess.
You see the boat starts your rowboat starts to move towards the thing, towards the whirlpool, and Keo's
We'll get another one.
my card, my card.
We'll get you a new one.
Oh, okay,
Kraken.
all right. Wait, Kraken? And he's like,
I take flight too behind Bon. I'm probably not as fast. I don't know. You're probably cruising super fast.
Yeah, 55.
Yeah.
Plus
So where are
double
you guys
moving,
meeting?
110.
We could probably see each other flying above
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
I would guess.
Especially if each group
Once
has
we
a
got
bright
high enough.
Yeah, I think
I can
so.
see the ASMR.
Yep. You see a bright light you guys raise into the sky and is flying towards you quickly. You guys are flying out as well quickly, and the ichor is like splatting across your face and your body, and you exit the cavern.
Does it seem like the ichor is dropping more frequently? Or
yes, but you can't really determine whether it's because of your speed, if you're just hitting more randomly.
okay, so
Can
it's
I
like
go to,
running
like-
through the rain
Right,
kind of
right,
a
right.
thing. You're
Yeah.
not really sure if it's better or not.
Yeah.
Can I like have my shield kind of as an umbrella type thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, your hands are free to do whatever you need with your item. I
just
list
like,
up next to Tin
Okay.
because she's my new drinking buddy.
Yeah.
And my hands are on my cloak.
You're like, beer me.
And I'm like, I got in a bar fight and I didn't kill someone. It feels strange.
That's impressive.
And then kind of like bank off and keep flying. It's like confession to the priest.
Yeah.
To
Nice
the
job.
cleric.
Nice job, Kenyon.
I feel dirty.
Is there anything you guys want to do? I guess actually my best question here is, where do you fly to?
I'm flying back to my ship.
That's
Okay.
where I assumed we
I'm
were
checking
going
on
to.
the grabs.
Okay. Okay.
Because if we can get it airborne
Yep.
and get away from the water.
Yep.
Oh shit, are they? I can't know that.
They were fixing our ship.
Yeah, but this whole town is controlled by the Kraken.
Yeah, we'll find out if our ship's still there.
Yeah.
But if they leave the town, are they still controlled or
Probably.
not?
So you guys fly to the ship, and you get there. And what's the first thing you do? Like, describe how you're going out, and what are you doing for an exit
Well,
plan?
I'm flying to the line basically because the moment
Okay.
I hit the
daylight?
I
Yep.
can't fly anymore.
Okay.
So I'm basically flying to the rope.
Yeah. So what happens is, give me a dexterity save, please, or an acrobatics, actually.
Okay. 20.
20. Okay. So you're flying and you hit the light, and your momentum takes you to the rope, and you stretch out your arm and you grab it, and it's slanted in the wrong direction, so you're gonna have to like pull your way up like
No
you
problem.
normally did. So like you latch on like a sailor would, legs over the top, and you just like zzz,
Yeah.
pull your way across. Everybody else is able to fly to the ship, and you make it there. Kenyon is a little bit behind. In fact, you need to wait for him. Minette, you see, actually no, Kenyon, you see as you're like pulling, you see the shark ring starting to close in around your ship. Closer and closer and closer. Keo buzzes by Kenyon and notices he's going really slow, and he comes back around and he twins, or he can't twin it. He casts haste on Kenyon.
I'm like turbo.
Yeah, you're
barb.
like zzz, and you guys get back to the ship. The sharks are now like headbutting and like ramming into your ship, and you're seeing like red blood starting to like bloom out from the ship. You think that these sharks might be like sharkpedo into your ship.
They're killing themselves against our ship.
Yep.
Light the fires.
Yeah, we definitely try and stoke the
Okay.
balloon up and,
Yep.
and
So
really
Bon-
get it going.
Bong left it so that it won't sink. Minette, you get there and you do the whole like boiler thing, like you spin the thing and then you hit it with your big fat wrench, and and then you
That's exactly how you fix an engine.
exactly just zzz, bong, and it's like and the ship starts lifting up out of the air, and as it does, all the pseudopods from the water, thousands of them, latch
hell no.
onto the broken pieces of the ship
hell
and are
no.
pulling. I need you to give me a tinkerer's check
Oh, God.
to see if
What
you
is
can
that?
squeeze out. It's basically, I believe it's your proficiency times
Tinker's
2.
tools?
Yeah, Tinker's tools. Basically, you're trying to squeeze out as much as you possibly can from this engine.
I don't know what Tinker's tools.
I believe
rely
it's
on.
your proficiency times 2 plus a roll. I think that's what it is.
If he's proficient in them, he just adds his proficiency to whatever straight roll that you want.
Oh, that's what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
So
have
it's just like if you were doing Thieves' Tools. If Thieves' Tools would be your dex.
I have proficiency with
Proficiency.
them, but I also have expertise. So
excellent.
it's,
Then you
That's
would
where
level
my
up.
times 2. Yep.
Can I do some things while he's doing that?
Yep, go for it.
Just seeing the pseudopods, a gust of wind at least one side of the ship.
Okay. Are you doing that continuously or
Continuously.
does it hold it up?
Yeah,
Okay.
it stays up for a while.
With advantage. No. Okay.
do I add any ability to this?
It's going to be your intelligence.
Yeah, 28.
Oh,
28?
God.
Shit. So you're like
Not bad.
you're so when
I
you,
might tinker a bit.
yeah, so what you noticed was something that is kind of disturbing actually. The magical lock that holds the door closed, it's a magical padlock. It seems to have been starting to stretch, like not the padlock itself, but the lock.
Keeps the elemental in.
Yeah, the metal has been stretching, almost like the elemental might have been trying to heat it and push out over time. So what you do is you just bash the shit out of it with your big fat wrench, and it crushes the door back closed. You are losing heat through that gap. You seal it fully, and you just get this like this bigger rush of heat, and the ship, it pulls up out of the water, and it like starts tearing these pseudopods, and Keo's like checking to make sure Supper's okay, and Supper is like whimpering, and he's like, "They're there, Bori. They're there."
I'm checking on Nymeria.
Yeah, and the whole ship rises into the air, and your propeller starts to like thump, thump, thump. Something's wrong with it. It's not spinning.
Kinian like observed Manette with his tinkering and like mutters to himself. He's like, I can tinker.
I can do that.
Because he like just hit it with a wrench. I'm like, I do that all the time with my axe.
I shift my wind to the propeller.
Okay. When you shift your wind to the propeller, I need you to give me a what's your wisdom? I think is one of your proficient.
It's just spell casting too.
Yeah, your spell casting. It's wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a make a roll. Add your proficiency and wisdom.
That's 16.
16. So when you do this, you run over and you gust of wind towards it, and the propeller goes thoo, 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 and then it falls off the ship.
Oh.
And it lands into the water. You're not going anywhere.
Oops. Sorry.
We're still going up, though.
You are, and Bon, you see like this goblin head poke out from where the propeller was, and it looks at you and it goes, and its crab body jumps out into the water, and a shark leaps into the air and eats it, and it like lands.
Nice.
We clear the ship of grabs.
Okay, so you start swatting the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, so you start on the top deck, and obviously nothing's on the top deck. You start moving through the second layer. I need initiative. Who's going on grab hunting? I assume Kinian?
Kinian sees it on the ship and is enraged, but at this point, since we have no lateral control, no propeller,
Yeah.
there's no point even being at the wheel,
Nope.
is there?
No, not
right.
at all.
Yeah,
You're just
I'm
going straight up right now.
We still have sails, right?
fucking love this dice.
Yes. Yep.
So the sails would give us some sort of movement.
Actually, one
With the
second.
wind.
I shouldn't answer that. 1 second. Ben drew the ship, so
I do believe Ben mentioned sails.
yes, there are sails.
Kinian, the man who grew up learning how to sail with sails, is now back to his place of sailing with sails.
Oh shit! Yeah, son.
If there's sails, then yeah, I'm
Okay,
staying
so
with the ship.
you actually start barking orders for like lowering the mainsail,
but
and
there's no one to listen to them.
yeah, there's
I do as Kinian asks.
okay.
All right.
So we're gonna do Bon and Kinian are sailing the ship. Tin, what are you doing? Are you with Nymeria on the second deck, or on the second? Yeah, the second deck.
I'm thinking, well,
We need to clear out grabs.
Yeah, in fact,
Make
in
sure
fact, that's
no
what
more
happens.
sit on
Manette
your
comes
ring.
down and walks out of the stairs and like looks at you and grabs onto his gun and he's like, "We got a grabs problem."
Are you saying crabs or grabs?
Crabs.
Grabs.
Goblin crabs.
Okay, so this is actually really logical. There's driders, which are drow spiders. These things are goblin crabs.
Grabs.
Crabs.
Grabs.
Grabs.
Welcome.
I can never miss a session ever again.
Ben's gonna be upset. Oh man.
For the record, I'm thunder pistoling right now.
Oh shit. Yeah.
This is not long range
Okay,
work. This
yeah.
is close quarters.
Yeah. So.
Going through
wet
the
work.
ship and making sure that there's no more grabs on our
shotgun style.
So yeah, you holster your thunder cannon and you pull out Palami's pistols and you just like you quick give them a once over, like you check to make sure there's ammo inside of them, like give it a zip. Zzz.
Tin decides to follow Manette because there's no point helping to steer the ship if the grabs
Okay.
destroy
Do
it.
you order
Nymeria's
Nymeria?
coming with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Probably knows this ship almost better than we do because she lives on
Hell
it all
yeah.
the time.
Minette.
22 initiative.
22. Okay. And
Nat
what do you
20
got,
that
Tim?
shit.
17.
So Minette, you kick open the first door, which is the first crew's quarters, and there's hammocks hanging in this room, and there's barrels of like grog and stuff like that along the walls. You see One-Eye Joe's teddy bear like just swinging and drop on the floor. Thump. And you notice like the weight of that bear didn't release out of that hammock. There might be something in there.
Okay. I enter
Yep.
and look for grabs.
Okay. Perception?
9.
Nine.
With a passive of 16.
So you enter and you see the hammock. You don't really see anything outside of that though that might have grabs.
Okay.
Do you shoot it or do you just like walk over and turn it over?
I guess I'd turn it over.
Okay. So you turn it over and a ton of gems and money spills out.
We do not pay these guys that much money. Where is this money coming from?
Good question, Tin.
Yes.
So when you and Manette enter the room, Manette turns over that hammock, and then you see Nymeria's hair stand up, and
Yep.
and she's growling this low growl, and then stops and starts like slowly
Stuff him.
stalking towards a barrel in the corner. Manette, you see this as well. What do you want to do?
Guiding bolt the barrel.
Okay. So you shoot the barrel, guiding bolt.
It's the fucking Viper.
Oh God! Whoa, almost blew that out. So, anyways,
So range spell attack on the barrel.
move. Actually, no. You hit it. I
Okay,
mean,
cool,
you
cool.
clearly hit it. What's your damage on it, though?
19 radiant.
You burn a hole through this barrel with the radiant light, and you hear like a like moving around in this barrel, and then you see like through this hole, you see an eye like looking through it, and then it like you hear, and go ahead, Minette.
Do I have advantage?
Yeah, it can't see you.
Well, that's more like, did the guiding bolt thing work enough to give me advantage on the attack? But if he can't see,
yes,
then that works.
Yes.
Too.
It seems to have hit him.
18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And then second attack, because 2 guns.
Yeah.
So I hit once.
Okay. All right. How much damage was it?
Crap damage. 14.
14. You hear a and 10. Have Nymeria make a reflex, please. I'm sorry, that's a dex saving throw.
Bad roll.
Okay.
A 6.
Okay. Nymeria is covered in this glowing ichor. The algae just like splats all over her, and like it's in her eyes, and she's like rubbing at it and like trying to paw it away from her eyes. Do you want to confiscate One-Eye Joe's cash?
Now's not the time for that.
Okay, cool.
I'll come back, certainly.
Yeah. Okay, you sweep each room on here. You go through the other crew's quarters. You go through just the like rec room area, and then you enter the kitchen, which is connected to the rec room, and the swinging door like opens up, like it's 2 swinging doors, and it opens up, and you see like the stove and everything like that here, and you see like one of the pots like and pans moving.
I go invisible between each room.
Okay.
If I use it, I use my ring of invisibility to turn invisible.
Okay.
So that when I enter a room, I'm not.
Also, what does the glowing ichor thing mean for Nymeria?
Don't know yet.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Yep, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yep.
Probably don't let her die.
Thanks for the advice.
I mean, that's
It's
when
fair.
things
That's good
explode
advice.
into the spore.
Because I'm just thinking,
nonsense.
like, when we're going through rooms, I'd also be on the eye out for something that could, like, help me to clean it off.
You
of
can
her.
you can take some time while Minette's sweeping rooms
I'm
to
gonna do
like
that then.
rub it out of her face and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And she gives you a nice big lick on the face in appreciation. So like the really gritty tongue like
It's
across the face.
amazing.
You lose some skin.
Yeah.
It was dead skin anyways. It's just like getting...
Exfoliation.
Yeah.
You look great.
Invisible Minette, instead of opening these swinging doors, you actually like look underneath them, and you see some pots and pans moving. What do you want to do?
Perception to see if
Yeah,
I...
go for it.
11.
You don't know necessarily where it's at, but you hear some chittering and like
All right.
in here.
I'm going to try and sneak in.
Okay. Stealth.
16 at disadvantage. It's plus 12.
Jesus.
Christ.
Get out of here.
Rogue levels.
10, you catch up just as these doors start to open. Or do you want to sneak underneath the doors?
I mean, I'm stealthy.
Okay. Because,
going.
I mean, you've got about... you have almost Keo height amount of space above the doors. So you can, like, crawl
Yeah, I mean,
underneath them easily.
yeah.
So you crawl under the doors. Nymeria's, like fur stands up again, and she's starting to like do the stalking walk towards the room. What are you doing, Minette?
Another perception roll?
Go for it.
Man, my perception is not good. 9.
9. So you think it's probably in these pots and pans, and so like when you do, you start to act on that thought. Digging through the pots and pans quietly and like looking through them and stuff like that. And Tin and Nymeria enter the room.
Is this thing really that small?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's a small creature. I'm talking. So
I thought these were bigger. But
these pots and pans are made for a full crew. So it's. I mean, we're talking like 12-gallon.
Yeah, you probably have like a
Yeah.
big pot.
Yeah. Yep. So, small creatures can easily fit inside of them. What are you doing, Tin and...
I'm assuming I can put together that the moving pots are probably Minette.
Yeah, what? Give me a perception check real quick.
22.
22. You know it's on the other side of the of where these pots are like invisible, like moving up, and like where you think Minette is. It's on the other side, kind of like Jurassic Park style. Like
There's a menagerie of weapons stuck into the wall in the kitchen as well.
Yeah.
From Kinian, like throwing them at the wall.
yeah, like throwing axes and stuff like that.
So, if I were to cast Fairy Fire, would that outline?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything
It'll
in that cube, including your friendo.
yeah.
Worth it.
If I fail the save.
You let me be clear. Like you can literally, you know exactly what pot it's in. Like you saw like this big 12-gallon chili pot type thing. You saw the lid, like the lid dropped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is the pot like on a stove?
Not yet.
That's fucked up.
I approve of this message.
I stealth up towards it
Okay.
a little bit.
Give me a stealth check.
These fucking grabs are like, what is it? They're like gremlins.
Yep.
11.
11. So you're walking up and you're doing great. You're just sneaking up, and you missed one of the pot handles hanging out from the top of the counter, and you bump it, and it clatters to the ground, and you see like the grab like pop up out of the pot, and it like dumps the pot over and like skitters around, and Minette, it runs right past you.
Can I shoot it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, attack of opportunity.
Okay, I'm still invisible, so I have advantage on him.
Yep.
There's a 20.
Oh god.
Which means it's the normal amount of dice.
Yep.
But for one pistol. 33.
Okay, so Nymeria actually chases it into the kill box, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Minette, you heard this whole ruckus going on, and you pull out your pistol and you point it right where you think it's gonna run, and it literally is right on the other side of your barrel, and you pull the trigger and it just blows through the temple and out the other side, and as it does, it turns into an algae mist, just running its momentum splattering the algae all over the pots and pans that are on this side, onto like the sink where stuff is getting washed,
And not on Nymeria.
and not on Nymeria, and not on you. You continue sweeping through the ship. This level is clear. There's no more rooms. You're on the third level now, and you're going through each person's room. Real quick glances. Nymeria can't smell anything. She's been very proficient smelling these things.
I was gonna say, if there was any point where she went into a room and then kind of raised her hackles, I would cast Fairy Fire into that room.
I like that. So that's actually what happens is the last room you check is Minette's workshop, and you kick it open, and
It's personal
And it's
now.
Kinian.
yeah. You get up to the door and you hear the low growl of Nymeria, and she starts getting into her stance and stalking stance. And like you look at Minette, and Minette looks at you.
Totally invisible.
Oh, okay. You look where Minette might be. You can't see him.
You're looking the totally wrong
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
I told Minette to get behind me through the ring.
Okay.
Get
Because
behind me.
I'm assuming he's been following me.
Yeah, maybe. Describe how you swat this room.
I cast Fairy Fire.
Okay, so you open the door and you cast Fairy Fire into the room.
Yes.
What size
It's-
is Fairy Fire?
20-foot cube.
Okay, so it gets most of the room. Nymeria is pointing towards the side of the room, and you cast it, and it's a dex save, I think.
Yeah.
It is going to be a dex at a 6.
Fails.
Because it didn't know you were coming. So it fails and it lights up. It's inside of Volty. It's hiding inside
That
of
is
Volty.
rude.
Like in the rib cage, like it somehow like entered into Volty through the gears and the clockwork and stuff like that. Annette, you enter the room and like you look at where the lights are coming, like outlining, and then you see the blue eyes of Volty's power gems like light up, and it like starts to stand. Do you have Volty's stats on you?
Somewhere, yeah.
Okay.
Is this guy
crab.
taking over Volty?
Yep.
Little goblin bitch.
What's the intelligence of a goblin?
I really want there to be like a
Really smart. These ones are very smart.
I want there to be like this ridiculous mode where just like all the gears inside Volty just like would shred this guy if he was inside.
I am not opposed to that, but it might have to be like a button. Like you have to run up and hit it.
Yeah, there's safety buttons on garbage disposals, man.
I'm garbage.
Volty clean mode.
Yes.
It just becomes like a blender inside there because it's like
Well, you know, Volty gets into like muck and stuff like that, and you got to get the internals cleaned out. So yeah,
it's like when Iron Man gets in the suit and he does the flight check on all the surfaces.
Yeah.
It's that, but internal for Volty.
Yeah,
All the gears just suddenly really ramp
Ooh,
up and like
maybe the gears actually like disengage and it's all like a reset mechanism, so it like goes inward and like Volty like kind of collapses inward.
Travel mode.
Yeah,
Volty, go to
travel
sleep.
mode. Exactly. So in order to get to travel mode though, it's going to be kind of difficult because it's on the underbelly.
That's a silly design, and that's going to be fixed in version 2.
Version 2. Okay, so you do have an action before we start.
Totally still invisible. It's standing up.
It's starting to, yeah.
I mean, I'm invisible.
Yep.
I run up there.
You run up to
and
it?
Just
And so you run up, you slide underneath it, and you start going for it. Give me a Tinkerer's check, please, at advantage.
3.
33?
Yeah. 33?
33.
Okay, so so you run, you slide underneath, and you just start going to work, right? And you know exactly what Volty is. You built this ground up, and you've got your hands in there, and you just click, click, click with your nimble gnome fingers, and then you quickly pull them back because the internals go shunk, and they suck inward, and you hear and there's a puff. Give me a dex save, please.
Oh,
Worth
now you're
it.
going to have to clean the inside of Volty.
Not the face, not the face, not the face.
Not the face.
13.
Oh, it's in your mouth.
Gross.
And so
Why
it
did you have your
splatters.
mouth open?
Yeah, it's like that thinking thing where like you got your tongue out and you're like, and Tin, you see all this algae splatter over this invisible body as Minette is now covered in this glowing algae, and you think the threat is taken care of.
Yeah.
It's realized.
Feels pretty gross in here, though.
Yeah.
I should have just cast Reduce on Volty.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That would have worked too.
Magic. Who uses magic?
So
Says the guy walking through the rooms invisible.
you guys have been successful clearing. Kio's going to use prestidigitation to clean your mess up here. He's actually going to go through and use it across the entire ship. Bon, as you're up, high up, trying to release these sails, you see coming out of the cavern area, you see a kraken pulling its way through the cavern. It's the the tentacles go outward, out into the sunlight, and it like all of its tentacles reach around the cavern, and you see it just pull, and it scrapes through this cavern, and it almost like and pops out into the sea. It is the biggest thing you've ever encountered. I mean, you've fought against ancient dragons, which are extremely large. This is the biggest thing you've ever seen. It's bigger than your ship. It's bigger than 3 of your ships. Like, this thing is massive, and it just like right into the water. You think you might be high enough, but you're not sure that you're able to get out of range of any mental effects that it might have. Kenyon, your mind goes blank. And that's where we are going to leave it for tonight, is you guys running from the Kraken.
Damn, we don't get to kill the Kraken when Keo's not here.
Yeah, right? Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.